Yo guys, I'm Truzuo and Interacting 2. World's largest Beyblade destroys a house. This is actually the first part to the Beyblade series. There's actually 3 parts. I thought there was only 2 because we watched the second one where he upgraded it. And then apparently there's a third one where he improved it even further. But this is the original video and we never saw how he actually created the Beyblades. I want to see what he did originally. And then next week we'll check out the final upgraded version that he made. So let's check it out. This is IDidAThing.
Today's video is sponsored by Simply Safe. More on that later.
Oh no. This guy. What in the Indiana Jones? This guy's skits are so funny, dude.
How you going? Now, I have never been this excited to make a video before, so let's just roll straight into the build.
So this is what they found the house to do in the first place. Okay, the other video seemed like they must have refined it a lot in this video because from what I'm seeing, this looks way more terrifying than what they were doing in the other video.
Now, if you don't know what a Beyblade is,
brings back memories doing this, bro. I wonder, is this the newer stuff? Because the older stuff never had the thing where it was able to be re-pulled multiple times. You had to put you had to feed the string back in every single time you wanted to rip it. And it was like plastic, and sometimes it would bend and break, and you had to like jimmy it in there. And then after, I don't know how many, it was a decent while, I think maybe a year, then they finally, or so they added like, so you would just put it on top of it, and then you could just constantly just put it back on and like twist it, and then it would, and then you'd pull it, and then it would still give you the spin like normal. And then they went, I think it was, they went out of style for a long time, and then they came back and they made it like, so you could, they made them bigger and like bulkier, I'm pretty sure, because they were maybe more thin, and then you could change a lot of the parts on them. Like you do, like the bottom of them had like different, like they almost are like erasers or like tips you put on it. You can make it like spin differently. And then they had like the arenas. Dude, so many memories using these things.
These little crappy plastic spinning discs, which just like Pokemon.
These were like the original fidget spinners. But I don't think, in my school at least, they were popular and everyone knew about them, but no one actually brought them to school like fidget spinners for the most part. I think a couple of kids brought them on the playground or at like lunch a couple times, but never like at the scale of fidget spinners and how they got.
Created a horrible TV show.
I think also the internet also helped amplify the fidget spinners a lot more than the Beyblades.
The sole purpose of tricking children into buying.
I never actually watched the Beyblade series on TV at all, or like the wherever you want to call it. The I don't even know what it was on. Was it on Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon or something like that? Because I seen a couple episodes here and there, but I never got the full story like Pokemon. I was more of Tom and Jerry, Ben 10, all that type of stuff, Looney Tunes. Expensive
rubbish. And it worked. I loved it way more than Pokemon and the other games. Mainly because playing with Beyblades involved real physical arm.
This was like, dude, they made I think once they re-release them, like look how different they are, like how tall they are.
To combat with the other kids.
In all the arenas. Like, see, this is the cord I'm talking about. You had to like pull the cord through. I think they relaunched them and made it like the original, and then they finally upgraded again.
Kind of like American schools today.
If there's a shooter at the door.
And I have such fond memories from recess time of all the kids gathering around the Beyblade arena and excitingly making bets with their lunch money.
My school, like I said, never actually had that many.
Beyblades. All right, there you go. And most kids were lucky enough to have parents that bought them Beyblades, but I didn't, so I just stole other kids. And this worked for quite a while until everyone realized I somehow had all the Beyblades in the school. But now I have the opportunity to make my own, and at the moment, it doesn't spin too well.
You know what? I don't, like when we saw the other video, if you made an actual like one-to-one Beyblade, I wonder how well it would work. Like just like took the proportions, like 3D printed everything, and then made it to scale with all the parts. I feel like that'd be like a more Michael Reeves style thing. That'd be sick though.
Hoping I can fix that by slapping on a similar top and bottom to this Beyblade, and then it'll spin real good. Now, I'm not going to randomly start adding things on and just spinning this big boy up at a high speed, as I really don't want to make the same mistake
His
that
car
scientists
is
like Stephen Hawking
his car over there is going to get destroyed if he lets this thing go.
Beyblade accident. So I'm going to make some smaller prototypes with this saw blade and my 3D printer. So I decided to actually do some research, and I found out that there is a very wholesome niche community of men that enjoy nothing more in the world than relaxing and spinning top.
The wooden spinning tops were also pretty popular for a long time after Beyblade. Or were they before? I don't know. They might have been around the same time, actually. Where you had like the knob things where you spin them. Usually they were like wooden or like plastic, I'm pretty sure.
And after sifting through hundreds of photos of them at the beach with their designer full metal spinning tops, I came across their 11 spinning top commandments. And I'll give you a summary, as they mainly just babble on about not sleeping with a fellow
That is
topper's
usually
wife,
all these
and
sites
the
and
importance
forums.
of never ever reading the script from another spinning top club, but there was some useful information. Mostly that I need to keep the weight even and down low. And they kept referencing heavy hauls. And I thought they were talking about each other's wives again. But a haul is actually the spinning blade. And the heavier and wider it is means the spinning top will spin more stably and for longer. So this is what I came up with. And after giving it a spin,
that's not bad.
I realized that I had completely ignored the first commandment and had too much weight on top of the haul. And I'm going straight to hell. So I came up with this much smaller design. And it spins really well. And I got pretty impatient.
That's pretty satisfying.
And just decided I was going to shove a bearing in it and then spin it up with a drill to see what it would do to a carrot.
Oh my god, that is terrifying. Barefoot, dude? Are you crazy?
Now I just need to do the same thing and upscale it
Pretty
with
good.
a really big blade, and then also find somewhere to buy giant carrots. So this is my plan for the big boy. I've got my giant Beyblade in the middle on a ramp, and it's locked in place with a metal rod. Then I get a lawnmower on top and attach a wheel to the shaft, which will make contact with the top of the Beyblade, spinning it really fast. Then I just pull away the holding rod, and hopefully it will just travel down the tracks, spinning into a house filled with things that it will destroy. Alright, now I just need to decide what I'm making the body of the Beyblade.
It hurts my soul every time he's in a garage with all this stuff and he's barefoot.
Make it out of this old wooden post, and also turn my drill press into a lathe using a couple of bolts, and then turn the wood down to size. But that didn't really work.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I decided to try it again. Ow, again! And got a nice punch in the stomach, and bent my crappy rig. Which is probably a sign I should stop and do it the proper way. So I got in touch with a friend who actually knows what they're doing and has a really big lathe. And my mate Jilly. Jilly comes from a family of lathes. His father was a lathe, his father's father was a lathe, and his great-grandpapa was the largest cast iron lathe in Australia.
This guy.
So I just bought 20 kilos of heavy metal, which hopefully would not fly off and hit me in the chest. And as soon as we slapped the round bar into the lathe, it became very clear that it actually wasn't round. The metal workers had gypped me. It was super wobbly, and this definitely needs to come out if I want my blade to spin well. And we did this in a process known as facing. Similar to facing in Hollywood, where a blade is scraped along the surface to remove any irregularities and insecurities.
Like smoothing it out.
Once we finished that, we bore a hole to place the bearing in. And neither of us know how this is done. But we've heard the name press fit bearings before. So we used a press.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that as well.
And the hole was probably a bit too tight, as we could only get the bearing in half the way, but it should still work. And after we finished putting it in, I realized I hadn't actually been doing anything. So while he was facing up the other pieces, I'm going to use a tool I've always wanted to use. The mill. It looks like a drill press, but cuts in.
I actually have used a couple of these. We had I don't even know what you call it. It wasn't like a carpentry class. It was almost like a 3D. It was like a carpentry, like 3D modeling class in high school, where we had literally a whole workshop. We had like a belt sander. We had drill bits. I think we also had a lathe. We had like saws. We had like a whole CNC machine in there. It was crazy, and we could like do all these 3D prints with all these different like materials and wood. I'm trying to think. I don't think we did physical metal stuff. I don't think. I'm trying to think back. Maybe. Or maybe we weren't allowed to use metal because of the cost of it. But if you brought your own stuff, I'm pretty sure you could maybe use it.
Multiple directions, cutting anything you want. Moving through steel like butter, and through butter like water.
Dude.
And through water like it's not even there.
What is this guy
Now, I
doing?
always thought using one of these was going to be infinitely fun, but the novelty wore off pretty quick and I was just frustratingly turning and playing with my knob for several hours. So a pretty normal day. And after I had finished cutting the contact ridges on the now buttery steel, there was only one thing left to do, which was to create the point on the bottom of the Beyblade.
So I have no idea how this works. So you could just be making stuff up and I'm just going to believe you. Watch it just
Secret is
fly
I don't
off.
know how it works either.
And the spinning top men recommended a round point if you want the spinner to move around a lot, which I do. So Jilly just tapered the end. And
Makes
we're
sense.
done. And it's beautiful and even balances
Wow.
on the point, which gives me hope about the distribution of weight being correct.
I mean, it looks a little top heavy.
Well, how does
That thing is
how is it
sturdy.
standing?
I don't know how they did that.
How is it doing that?
It looks very
You're
heavy.
tricking me.
It's just spinning that fast and we can't even tell.
He's just matching up with the frame rate of our eyes.
Now, I really should have made all these parts thread together, but you need to remember that I don't know what I'm doing at all, so
Yeah,
instead
that
I'm
makes
just going to
sense.
have to weld them. And because the rest of the metal
Oh,
was
no.
shiny, I figured I also need to clean the rust off the blade to match, but only on the side you'll see.
This guy.
And this is a big problem with cleaning things. You just discover more problems. So, after welding up the crack, I decided I was definitely not going to clean the other side. And then I figured I would never have to take it apart again, so I just welded all the parts
Oh,
together
no.
using my strongest welding rods, while trying to keep the whole Beyblade level.
Well, I feel like
This thing is
if you don't weld it smoothly enough, it's going to be uneven with the weight distribution, which we found out later he had to fix a lot. So I wonder how that's going to spin. And I wonder if he's going to have to correct it.
now hilariously heavy. It weighs
Yeah.
22 kilos,
Oh
or for
my
my
God.
American viewers, 22 kilos, but in pounds. Now I just need to find a
It's
way
like,
to
I think
spin it.
around
And I don't want to break
40
my
to 50?
lawnmower. So I'm going to check out the abandoned house down the road, which I'm planning to let the Beyblade loose in, and see
Oh.
if I can find anything useful
Dude,
there.
what is that lawnmower? These supposed to be older like lawnmowers. They look they look very cheap and like plasticky.
And
Or maybe this is
amazingly,
like an
the
Australian
property was
brand.
filled with all kinds of different lawnmowers, some electric ones, some petrol ones, and even a shy one.
A shy one.
And I also discovered something I wasn't expecting to find in a nice middle-class suburban area like my own.
Oh my god.
Pots. Lots and lots of pots, which I reckon we use to grow pot.
You know what I like? I like it that it looks
No way this is in a suburban neighborhood house. Like, this must be like, what is this? A vacated lot or like an abandoned house that just like, how did this go like to get trashed so much that people just grow pot in here?
like someone else has already used a massive Beyblade in here and just cut off all the plants.
I would not be touching any of this stuff. You don't know how bad it could be, like, with all the stuff that's been in there and how destroyed this house is. Does it have like asbestos or whatnot in it?
Does it smell like it?
I wouldn't know. I got no idea, isn't it? I know it's
Maybe it's all parsley. Right, that's what it is.
Parsley.
And it looks as though no one had been here for a while, and they don't really need all these lawnmowers. So I snagged one and took it home. And I
Okay.
don't know why I thought the lawnmower from the abandoned grow house would work, but it didn't. So I'm going to have to take it apart and give it a scrub. After taking it apart, I'm very disappointed in the local dealers. Not only did they get caught and lose their stash, but they
Okay.
also have no respect for lawnmowers and have definitely not done the recommended engine oil change every 6 months. So I decided I needed to take the carburetor and air filter off and give it all a good clean. And some of you have been asking for more restoration videos, as you
Okay.
kind of liked how relaxing and ASMR-y it was. So
That is
here's
true.
another, just for you guys. How to restore your local drug dealer's lawnmower. First, just take apart the carburetor and clean away the thick THC oil that is built up and
THC
dried in
oil.
the bottom of the carburetor belt. And then take out this small metal piece at the bottom and clean out the holes with a pin until it is clear enough that a stoner, no matter how strong their lungs, could use it as a cone piece if they wanted to. Then chuck out the old clogged air filter
Oh
and
my God,
replace
thing
it
is
with a drug-free
dirty.
one. And then I just repaired the crack in the fuel tank and put it all back together. And now hopefully it'll work.
Oh my god, no way.
And it kinda works. It almost sounds like it's having an asthma attack. but that's pretty fitting considering where it came from.
Dude, look at the
Now
handles
I'm going to try and
jiggle.
attach a long shaft and tire to the engine of the lawnmower. And to do so, I need to remove the lawnmower blade. And I was planning to use this heavy piece of offcut I got for cheap as the new extended shaft, but it's a little too heavy. So instead, I'm going to use this steel pipe. I am wanting to use this saw blade to cut it, but it says it's only rated for aluminium, so I just made a quick adjustment to the pipe, and now it works.
Dude, every time, bro, it gives me every time his jokes, bro. It's like, it's so corny and it's stupid that it's just funny.
And now I need a frame to attach the lawnmower and everything else to. So I also borrowed this bench from the grow house. And in order to keep the lawnmower shaft from wobbling, I'm using some of these bearing pillow blocks. And don't make the same mistake I did. The name is very misleading and they are not a comfortable substitute at all. And now I've gotten far enough that I reckon I can give it a slow, full-scale test, just to see if I'm kind of on the right track. So I just cut up some of my mate's climbing rope, sorry Matt, and tied it around and gave it a big pull.
I feel like it's too thick. It's gonna get caught on top unless you have something. Oh my god.
And after doing the same thing maybe 3 more times hoping I would get a different result, I realized there were a lot of things going wrong here. Mainly that I had once again ignored the first commandment and for some reason made this thing really top heavy.
Yep.
And it's not going to work at all. In the past 2 weeks of running around gathering materials, spending patron money, and all the lathe singing was just a waste of time. All to make a very small, extremely heavy, expensive, pathetic dumbbell.
Dude. It does look like a dumbbell though.
Dumbbell. Yoink.
And this spins so much better than my big, heavy, stupid Beyblade. So I reckon if I make it again, but this time reduce the weight and have it on a thinner pole, I should be able to balance it nicely.
Yeah, you need like a skinnier
I'm just going to use this
top end. I think it's a little too big.
cartoon-sized bolt. And then we'll once again get help from my mate that knows what he's doing and ask him to taper off the end.
Your baggy shirt's so close to that.
Safety first.
Safety.
And the new plan for the lawnmower is for
guy.
it to no longer make contact with the Beyblade via a tire, but for it to spin in a more traditional Beyblade style and to pull a ripcord from the blade, speeding it up. And to do that, I need to attach this wheel hub to the lawnmower. And a good machinist would just reduce a solid piece of round bar to this thread size and just screw it in. But my solution is to get this bolt, which goes inside this bolt, and that bolt goes inside this nut, and then that nut goes inside this pipe, and that pipe fits in the center of this bearing, which will hold it in place.
Okay.
So I just welded it all together and just screwed the hub into the
whole
lawnmower,
thing is just
which
welded together.
bolted to the bench. And for the wire to unwind from the Beyblade, I'm going to need it to be held in a solid position. And I did speak to Maker's Muse, a pretty smart guy, who sketched up some CAD models of a fancy clamp I could make, which did look quite a bit more impressive than my paint sketch. But I decided to go against his advice and just bought a pair of vice grips and just welded them onto
This is what we saw in the other video.
Which is a little bit awkward.
Dude, what is with him and with welding everything together?
Starts to wobble.
He doesn't even test it, just let's weld it together.
The pipe and destroy the whole thing. And after testing, even though I thought this blade would be better balanced, it still won't really stay upright. But I think I know the problem, which is once again the first commandment, this extra bit of weight on top. So I cut the top of the bolt off and tried spinning it just by itself. And you can see it now spins much better.
It does, yeah.
Also, instead of having the clamp coming from the side, I can have it coming from above, like those crappy vending claw machines. And this will be good,
true.
as it means the Beyblade will be dropping away from the clamp device, reducing its chance of destroying it. And after welding the clamp at a new angle and giving the Beyblade a spin,
if he's tack welding it, I think it'd be a little bit better.
Ooh, so it wobbles.
I reckon this is going to work.
Oh.
And because I want to spend as little time as possible in the drug house, I've constructed this easy to set up IKEA style clamping rig, the core blade. And
this is what we saw. He literally he attaches this to the what do you call it, the headers in the house, and he like screws it in.
Everything. I've gotten help from someone with a very particular skill. This guy, whose fingerprints are very distinct and different to my own.
Do you have any gloves for me?
No, I could only find one pair of them. You'll be all right though. Just I reckon. Just do it without. Do it without. Yeah, let's start moving.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's go.
So we spent the next hour or so cleaning up the room and pulling apart the ceiling to fit the Beyblade in place.
Yeah, he ties it to the joist of the house.
And seeing it finally here suspended from the ceiling with the wire and lawnmower
This is crazy to think about, bro.
Is this Half-Life?
It looks amazing.
But the room was still missing stuff for it to smash. So we searched the rest of the house for stuff to furnish the room with.
What are these drug dealer numbers?
They're in a little drug code.
You reckon you can decipher
You need to
it?
decipher.
I don't know. 420. Blaze it. Oh, the Chinese flag.
Oh, it's Chinese flag.
Yeah.
Ah. They got wire. I didn't have to buy it. What if they show up? We can just say, "Oh, George told us to take the plants out."
I'm not putting George into this. Leave him out.
They're definitely Chinese men. They've got a nice teapot.
You told us from the teapot and not the giant Chinese one.
Yeah, exactly.
Your deduction skills are amazing.
Bro, these guys are just rummaging through all this stuff,
it's
bro.
terrifying.
That does look terrifying. It's like in a horror game.
Show me the
I've got my
torch.
little...
Oh, look at all these melted wires.
Man.
Wait, there's your problem.
Oh my
See
god.
on camera?
Yeah.
It looks like something out of Alien.
It's true.
They decided
Like
we
Terminator
put up
melting.
the big master bed over here. Big
The master
place.
grow up.
See, this is the problem with drug dealers.
Fire safety regulations. If this was all legal, they would never have these kinds of fires.
True.
You're gonna steal the drug dealers' chippies. Oh, there's chippies here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, let's eat some chippies.
I would not eat anything in this house.
Who wire ties their chippies? There's going to be something bad in here.
It's funny that he did a better job securing his chips than he did wiring the whole house.
I cannot open these chippies, man.
Do not eat that, please.
Oh,
Chips.
perfectly good chippies.
Please don't. Please don't. Oh my god. They could be laced or
they're
anything, bro.
gross.
They're pretty solid.
They're stale.
Yeah, if I'd been sitting in
Now
there
that
for a
the
couple of
setup
years,
finally
if
looks
not
like
months,
every Chinese family's dining room, it's time for a proper test.
they hung up the flag. Did they take that down from the other video? I don't remember seeing
What
that
are
on the
your
wall.
bets on what's going to happen? Or what do you think's going to happen?
I think as this spins, there's going to be a point where this gets too loose and it gets caught in there and just like rips everything in that way or rips everything through there.
Well, maybe it both happens at the same time. Maybe the lawnmower gets caught up.
Yeah, they're
and this
using a
gets caught
lawnmower.
up, and they just
I don't know where how they did set it up in the other one because it was already like pre-set up. And they got the teapot over there.
How you feeling?
Terrified, my heart's racing, okay? Let it
I'm surprised people in the neighborhood, or I don't know, depending on how close the neighbors are, just seeing these people in the house. I guess they do have the high vest things on, so there could be like people like from the city there to check it out. How, don't they have to pull the pin to get it out? Oh, there it goes. What action movie is this? It actually works better in this video, it seems, so far.
Now that was the scenario I was imagining in my head, and unfortunately it didn't happen. As soon as I got the lawnmower started, what really happened was it just ripped the cord.
The cable just ripped. Far out.
Well, what can we do?
Well, we've got the stronger cable that the dealers left here, so we could use that.
Use that. It smells like something's burning though.
Smells dirty.
Well, I guess it's just what lawnmowers smell like indoors.
Yeah, exactly. That's
That's
So
true.
we tried
There we go.
again with no slack, but that meant the tension on the engine meant that the mower wouldn't start.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, it doesn't.
We also tried using the dealer's thicker wire, but had the same problem.
one.
What I really need is a lawnmower motor with a clutch so I can start
That's why I
winding
use a
slowly
chainsaw.
and then increase the speed. And I probably could make my own dodgy clutch, but I might do that in part 2, as we
That's
have
what he
already
does.
spent way too much time in this grow house, as it is. So subscribe if you want to see that. But we still want to see how much damage it would cause if I just pulled the Beyblade the traditional way by hand.
Oh no.
A bit though.
Okay, first test
Yeah.
and pull. Ready?
You gonna go too fast for yourself? You're a machine.
pretty slow, to be honest. I think this one spun better and moved a lot more than the newer one I did. Oh, never mind.
Stopping it. It's floor. Oh, no. I mean, you made a very well balanced thing.
I think it's very
Let's get out of the
balanced.
way, I think.
I want to see. It's just gonna spin forever. Should I chuck something into it?
Oh, we need to bring the rock melons out here next time.
I'm gonna chuck a pot into it.
Oh my god.
And I was impressed because I thought the pot bounced off the Beyblade and smashed the chair and teapot. But after looking at the high speed, I think I just threw the pot into the chair. So we decided to try again, but this time with some more exciting stuff for it to smash.
Oh my god.
Did somebody order a light bulb?
Hey!
Not. Oh my god.
Yep.
Dude. Oh, there goes the beer, whatever that thing was.
Oh, so noisy.
Uh-oh. What is it hitting? Oh, there goes the light bulbs. How they've not broken, I don't know. Oh, there it goes.
Now some patrons as targets.
Roll a melon into it.
Yeah, which one?
This is Nug Nug the Nugget.
Oh, right in half. That was clean. That was a clean cut.
Let's see what's happened to the melon. That's amazing.
Beautiful.
And then in a final attempt to get the Beyblade to fly through a wall and kill one of us, I put something directly beneath it to throw it off balance.
Oh no.
So uneven already. Pull.
Oh, there it goes. Did some damage.
Okay.
Film somebody's chair leg damage. I mean, it's not super impressive, but
Yeah, look, if you wanted to saw a chair in half, you could probably
I reckon you could do it.
choose a better way.
And the damage this thing caused definitely was not worth a month's work. And the best thing about this whole build was definitely the fact it resembled a Beyblade enough for even this little idiot to recognize it.
This is a little idiot.
Yes. Did we make a Beyblade? High five.
But besides that, I kind of trashed the dealer's house for nothing.
Oh, this is so dumb.
And hopefully the kingpin that owns the house isn't watching right now. But if you are, boy, do I have the product for you. Are you sick of obnoxious YouTubers breaking into your house and spitting
Dude.
giant Beyblades everywhere?
This is the sponsor.
To get 30%
Check it
off
out
your
so you can help
system
support
plus a free
IDidAThing.
camera.
Free camera. We'll watch part 3 because I think he actually refines it because now he has to clutch it spins, and I think now he's going to make it because before in the second video that we reacted to last week, which I didn't even know this was video beforehand, it was still like really stable even though there was a clutch. Now he had to like force it to move. It was still moving hella fast with the chainsaw, but this one it just looks like he still made it super stable like for the first attempt. So we'll have to see what he does in part 3 to make it, you know, fly around because it looks like it does a lot more damage based on the thumbnail. So we'll check it out next week. And then let me know other videos to react to of his that are insane to watch. And then, yeah, we'll check them out. But if you like it, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.